it's
Mutual.
It's up already. So let's see. Hold on, let me get the intro set.
It's up already. Okay, hello.
Alright, so
Boy.
Alright, here's the intro. Somebody has to do the part that
song.
happens after. Hold on. Yeah, that one. Alright, here's the real intro. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-da-da-da. And then it just fades out and you just hear ah.
A lot of people are going to want to listen to us do that. Are you doing the podcast on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch.
Oh, okay. So you just have like an image up and we're talking or something?
No, they're gonna watch this gameplay. It's sweet.
So you're just streaming?
I'm just streaming and then we're just gonna be talking about Quake.
You're just going to call it a podcast? Okay.
Yeah.
That'll get more attention.
Yeah, it's
Now
an
we're talking
impromptu podcast, no planning, nothing. It just happens.
Right.
Broadcast.
So I have a feeling he's going to ask us questions, so let's do this.
Let's
He has a
start-
feeling.
Oh,
Hey, it's like you read my mind. Alright, so
I read minds, I am the Makron.
alright, we're gonna start with no one important. What was your first Quake game? And how old were you when you got fragged? I don't think he's here.
Is he still here?
cricket noises.
Maybe he's thinking about it, man. It's a lot of time back, you know.
He has to
Gotta
wind
think way
back the
back
clock
now,
with a
like-
crank.
Maybe he wouldn't need to think. I don't need to think about it. I talk about it all the time. I never forget it because I talk about it all the time, so I don't forget it. Almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never actually had like a discussion of like when my first time was. What the hell?
No one. Are you there?
All right, so we're gonna continue and get back to him when he gets back. So let's see, Lord Revan's next on the leaderboard.
Like I just said, I talk about it all the time. So, do you want to know like when I first played, and then when the first time I played like deathmatch was? Is that what you meant by like when? Did you
The
get
first time you
fragged?
got fragged. Yeah, so like, what was your exposure to Quake? And then the first time you played online or LAN or your multiplayer experience.
So Quake is my first life memory. It's like the oldest thing that I can think of that I remember the way it looks. You know what I mean by that? Like
Yeah.
when you think back to your childhood and you can remember certain parts. Like the youngest that I was that I could think back to, I think I was 4 years old. 4 or 5, and I was sitting on my mom's lap in front of our family Windows 95 computer. And we had just gotten it, so the whole family was like tripping out on it. You know, they're like, "Whoa, look at this, the computer!" Because that was like our first computer, I guess. I don't know.
The
I don't
computer.
remember before that. So I'd sit there and just watch her or my grandpa play. See, that was the thing. My mom would play Quake, and my grandpa would play Doom. So like I got exposed to both of those at the same time. But I remember seeing Quake first. And what really caught my attention was I'm pretty sure the map I was playing, or I was watching her play, was episode 2. The first 2 maps, you know, where it goes from the techie base to like the castle
Yeah, yeah,
with
that's
the moat
episode
and
2.
shit. Yeah, I remember that because I remember her falling in the moat and there's like the fiends in the water with the zombies, and that scared the shit out of me. And like the way Ranger's face looked at the bottom of the screen was just I was immediately just extremely engulfed with interest. Like I saw his face, and I saw the way it changed when you like would get hurt or you pick up quad damage. I used to ask my mom, I'd be like, "Why does his face look like a grandma?" Because like it made his cheeks look big or something, and it, for some reason I thought it looked like a grandma face. I'll
What
never
the
forget
hell?
that. But yeah, so that's the way it went down originally. As for multiplayer, that's another story.
That's another story for another episode. I guess we could focus on single player in this podcast.
I never
that-
even
that's
played.
gonna-
Yeah, I didn't play multiplayer till way later in life.
Yeah, because like multiplayer is gonna be a lot of
It was
bugs.
well, this game was the first game I ever played online, like in my life, and it was on PC.
What about Quake 1 multiplayer?
So I never actually played Quake 1 with other people on like online and not over LAN until I was about, I want to say 20, 19 or 20.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm 26, so I don't have like a whole lot of actual, you know, like online or competitive experience under my belt as much as I do just playing the game itself.
And it's like a different experience.
Yeah, my
completely.
first experience was actually with ProQuake, which was a fork of NetQuake. And I played that through GameSpy 3D because it just auto-downloaded that from the server I found with people on it. The GameSpy 3D came with my Quake 2 NetPack Extremities, and I have the big box for it here on my shelf. So that's that.
Oh, whoops, I unready.
So people might wonder what my experience might be, right? The hell?
So yeah, Bertuso. I guess if Lord of Revan's finished. So yeah, Bertuso. What's your experience, your first exposure to Quake 1?
Let's see. So this was after I was introduced to Doom. Like, since the XBLA and the PC days. I went to id Software's website back in 2006 or something. And when I discovered Quake and looked at the screenshots, I was drooling all over it. So the first Quake game I ever played, though, was Quake 4. However,
Really?
yeah,
Oh, nice, dude.
yeah.
That's
So, yeah, then I experienced Quake 2 second from the bonus disc. And then
nice.
when I finally noticed how to run Quake on my computer, which was a Pentium 3 running Windows XP at the time, I finally played the shareware version of Quake 1, that is. But yeah, my first time playing multiplayer though was through GameSpy 3D,
Yeah,
playing
nice.
mostly Quake 2 Deathmatch.
Where did you get the GameSpy 3D from? Where, like, how did you find out about that?
From what I remember correctly, I heard about it somewhere, but I'm not sure how I remembered it. But yeah, GameSpy 3D, I discovered it in some downloadware, whatever it is, and I had Quake 2 installed, so, and Quake 1 as well. I also had Joe Quake as well. Yeah, that too.
Joe Quake?
Yeah, Joe Quake. I used that at the time. But yeah, playing Quake 2 multiplayer was pretty fun too. In my like in the GameSpy 3D days, that is, when I
So you
was
played on
playing
PC online?
PC, yeah.
That's cool. So you got the Quake. You said you played Quake 2 after Quake 4 because you had it from the bonus disc, right? So that means that you bought the special edition of Quake 4, the DVD release.
Basically, that was Xbox 360 though.
So you experienced it on Xbox 360 first.
Before PC, yeah. And
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that was actually a really cool port. I had that too. And I loved how it came with Quake 2.
yeah.
But for PC, the original release for Quake 4 is a CD version, and it comes with 4 discs.
Oh yeah.
And then they had the DVD special release, which came out when the 360 version was released, and it came with a bonus disc that had Quake 2 and the expansions for it, so the Reckoning and Ground Zero.
Wow.
Yeah, and it had like a package that installed them all at once, which was really cool. Really cool. I have a copy of it somewhere around here.
Huh. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I just thought that was interesting that you came in like with the Quake 2 lore, you know, like the Strogg and the techie stuff, the Quake 2, Quake 4 storyline. That's interesting because a lot of people were introduced with Quake 3. Like I feel like that was the most popular one at the time.
well, with Quake 3 though, I was introduced to it from the PS2 version.
Yeah, I was too.
First, yeah.
That shit was awesome, dude. With the multi-tap, 4 players. That was a good
Yeah,
time.
I got to play that one in what's called a local tournament somebody was having, and like the guy had like a bunch of like accessories he was like selling and stuff. So it was like a store inside a house, and he was hosting that. But the thing was in the PS2 game, when you got quad damage, dude, the fucking game just shit on itself.
Oh
And
damn.
all the frames dropped, and I don't know if that's inherent just with the PS2 one or also the Dreamcast one.
I have it on Dreamcast. I don't remember having that issue, but I know for sure that I never had that issue on PS2 because I played the shit out of the PS2, and I had, you know, like the league table that you could create for your multiplayer games with your buddies and shit.
Yeah.
I had a 16-player league table that we would play like 16 different people would come over and we would build that shit up, and it looked so cool. But I think I lost the fucking save file, dude. That was the coolest thing ever.
Oh damn.
Oh,
It was like
Yeah.
my own little local leaderboard, you know, like of all the people that I know that I just forced to play that game with me.
Like, guys, just fill up my rankings and
Yeah,
that's it.
some of them enjoyed it and they would come over regularly, but like the lot of them, you know, where we would have 4 people at a time, that was rare. It was a lot of fun though.
Well, to me on the Dreamcast part, I didn't actually own a Dreamcast, so I only experienced the PS2 version. And by the time I got the Ultimate Quake on my 7th, well, not really 7th, but actually my 6th birthday, I got to be able, I was able to be able to play Quake 1's full version, and Quake 2 as well. Then there was Quake 3, which I probably was only able to play from my mother's office PC, which was more recent than the one I have, which was a Pentium 3 800 megahertz with Intel graphics.
Your mom's office PC, so like
Oh,
her office
workstation.
in your guys' home, like you know, she would do her work or whatever. You would like go in there and play Quake 3 on that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that
Like-
reminds me when I was like super young, going over to like friend's house after school kind of shit. Like this one friend I had, his dad like was playing Counter-Strike on his PC with like his buddies with a mic on, and they were talking and playing, and I just thought that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like that was my first exposure to what like playing multiplayer online would be like, you know, and my mind was blown. I was like, what the fuck? This guy's dad is sitting there talking to people on the computer while playing a game. I was tripping balls.
Yeah, my first exposure to multiplayer in general, though, like back when I was playing RTS games as well, I heard of something called BattleNet.
Oh, Age of Empires.
Well, I played Warcraft 2 at the time, because, you know,
RTS immediately makes me think of Age of Empires.
I was only introduced to that game when, well, my internet was cut out at the time. Like, my mother gave me somehow gave me a copy of Age of Empires 2 Gold.
Nice.
It was like,
That comes with the expansions, right?
yeah. But yeah, the second one was the first one I played. So,
Yeah, me too. The first game is a lot different, honestly. It's like a whole different pace of game.
I mean, I do like the first
Second one is
myself.
like, some people I know I played with, they're so good. You have to be so fucking fast. Like, games are done within minutes, you know? It's weird.
Yeah. Like with Command and Conquer, for example, people use rushing strategies, like whether it be the airplanes destroying your base type, which is GDI. But yeah, I used to play Command and Conquer online at some point, which was at CNCnet. It was interesting. As for Quake, on the other hand, I remember the first time me and my brother had played a LAN session, which was at Quake 2. I was using my mother's office PC, and Trevor was using my older PC in my bedroom, and we connected each other to co-op or, well, something like that. So, yeah, that was my exposure to LAN gaming as well. Let's see, any other questions we had here?
I'm gonna grab a beer. Back in a couple of minutes. You guys go ahead and continue.
Alright.
Is Campbell still there?
Oh shit, dude! I had my fucking mic muted again.
So it sounds like so.
Nice.
Alright, so yeah. I don't know, I'm hoping no one gets on soon so we could ask him some stuff. Because he looks like a pretty huge retro guy. So.
So what questions do we have?
So the questions, the opening questions are your exposure to Quake and your first experience with multiplayer in Quake.
Uh-huh.
And then so mine, like mine's kind of weird because like I would go to people's houses to like play games and stuff. So it's like there was this one dude who had Quake 2 without the sticker on the N64 card, but he just labeled it Quake. And like every time I went to their house, they would always be playing that one. It would be Quake 2, but I'd always think, oh, it's Quake, you know, like just they're playing Quake. And so like that's why I always like get confused, like which one was my first Quake. So basically it was Quake 2, technically, but like the first time I actually like got into Quake was like where I acknowledged it, like, oh, it's Quake 1, was at some dude's house when we were playing on his computers, because his dad was like some tech dude. And then like when we would chill, I would play the single player for Quake 1 there. And that was like around like middle school, so that was my first exposure to like Quake on N64.
What about the PC?
The PC one, yeah, it was like when during high school when my friend's dad would like teach us like how to connect the computers and like to connect them to like through serial, I think, because we didn't use modems, it was a straight serial. So
Nil modem.
yeah. And that was my first exposure to PC Quake.
Also the first exposure to multiplayer as well.
Yeah, it was all multiplayer for me. So it's like it's kind of a weird like history. And then I didn't like play the single player until I got my own computer like early high school, freshman year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like I'm always mixing up like that part. Like every time I'm always like talking about it. Like it's never a straightforward like answer. And then like
But,
yeah, for the multiplayer, of course, like that's like the first thing I brought up.
Yeah, so
And I remember what's called like when I found out there was actually like a Quake 1 on 64. I would always be confused at like why can't you play that game in 4-player split screen? You know, I used to play it a lot, I would say. But it was actually Quake 2.
yeah, Quake 2 had a 4-player, while Quake 1 had 2.
Yeah, and that's where I would confuse that as well when I would talk about 4-player split screen games on 64. I would always say Quake, but it was Quake 2.
Yeah, I remember
Quack.
Quake 64. I played that before when I didn't have internet at the time, as a getting close to teenager, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. When it comes
Like-
to Nintendo 64, though,
Ooh, I got a lot to say about that. I'll be right back, guys. So I was posting around. I'm gonna go grab another drink.
Alright, sure thing.
alright. But yeah, Quake 64, I didn't finish the game, though. I did try playing multiplayer. I think last time I played Quake 64's deathmatch was with my mother, because just for fun. She was entirely new to the game as well.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I did play other games on the N64 as well, like Duke Nukem 0 Hour. What else? Doom 64 for a bit. I didn't finish it because of screen problems. Like the brightness and everything was a problem too.
Yeah.
I think that was fixed in Doom 64 EX or some sort. Or possibly
EX?
yeah, EX.
Oh, I've never checked that one out.
It requires a ROM file, but
And an
that port-
IPS patch?
not really. It's actually a source port to the Doom 64 game
What
for
the
PCs.
Oh wait, you're talking about Doom 64. I'm still on Quake. Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta. I never really got into Doom. Like even back in the days.
It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, I was into Doom first before Quake. But I do like Heretic and Hexen as well.
Oh, I
Dude, I
played
didn't
Hexen
get
on
into-
64.
I didn't get into those games till I was like I never even heard of him or played him till I was like 14 or 15.
For like the Doom games, I thought on 4chan there used to be this thread for this map generator called Oblige or Oblige.
Oh.
And that was like the most time I spent on Doom. Like anytime those threads showed up, it's like, oh, like everybody like make a seed and then just see who could beat the maps. But I never really. I was never a big fan of Doom. Never.
No, it's funny. I feel like a lot of people that play Quake, you know, like the actual Quake players in the community, they're not the biggest fans of Doom. And then like the really hardcore Doom players in that community, they're not the biggest fans of Quake.
It
There's
almost
a huge like separation
disparity.
of the two communities, and a lot of it's based off of like the way the game plays. But it's just weird because I feel like I'm one of the few people that I probably share just as much appreciation and enjoyment for both series overall.
I'm that
But
same
for
way
some
too.
reason, I always lean more towards Quake. I don't know why.
I mean,
know?
I think the disparity like comes like from basically the gameplay and depending on what you got exposed to first. That's
Yeah, and I
that's,
did
that's
get
where I see
exposed
it.
to Quake first, so it's always going to be just a little bit more nostalgic. The thing that fucks me up though is like I experienced Quake first, but we didn't own the game. So when we upgraded computers, like I was saying earlier, from the 95 to like the more modern 98, we didn't have Quake. We had Doom that my grandpa had. So I played Doom more growing up than I did Quake until I was, you know, had money and I could buy my own shit, which wasn't until I was way older.
Oh.
For a lot of people.
Yeah, for me, my dad had a copy of Ultra Doom laying around, and I decided to use that to play Doom on my PC.
Yep. I still have my grandpa's copy here in my room.
Oh, nice. Like the first time I got to Doom was actually on either Xbox Live Arcade, and in between though, with the shareware version of Doom 95 that I got out of download.com of some sort. Yeah.
Dude, Doom 95, that was the one I grew up with, that launcher.
Yeah, same here.
I still feel like it's too bad they never like made another launcher like that for the old games. It just makes it so easy to, you know, play the game, launch custom WAS, all your settings are right there, multiplayer server hosting, like local and public, just all in one official port. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember it supports IPX as well, which is an obscure.
Yeah, it did. I actually played that over IPX with, or no, I played it over no modem cable, which is actually like a different protocol.
Oh yeah, that would be serial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that. That was
I
my first
actually
exposure
did that
to
over
Quake.
2 DOS machines.
Yeah.
Quake PC.
Oh, by the way, Rabbit, have you checked out Fraggle's program he made? DOSBox servers. It's for native
I'm
DOS
pretty
machines.
sure I did. I think Bart had me try it out with him before it was like public.
Oh, what was the name again? Dolly? Dally?
No, Bart.
No, the program.
Oh, Mully, right? Mully?
Like DALI?
Or is it Dolly? I don't know.
Well, what was the program you said that makes DOSBox servers on retro hardware?
Retro hardware?
Native, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I played something with Bart, DOS Gamer. And it was like a prototype DOSBox online client that would just like connect you to a handful of games that had pre-compiled in there. Like it had Doom, Hexen, Commander Keen, Duke Nukem 3D, which was actually the one that felt really good, and shit like that.
But yeah,
I don't think that's public though. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh shit! Well, I'll delete the video.
Because no, it's cool. It's not a big deal. I just remember because he didn't tell me really anything until after I tried to share it with my friends. Because like he just hit me up one night randomly and he's like, "Hey, try this out with me." I'm like, "Okay." And I was there and we tried it out. We played all the games. We tried to see how they all felt. Duke Nukem 3D felt the best. But then, like, I took the link he sent me to download, and I sent it to a couple people in the Discord and tried to get people to play that, because I thought that that was just, like, a public thing that I could access. But then we tried to play, and it wouldn't work, and it turns out the guy that made it was hosting the one server on his computer, and he took it down because it's not public, and he's not done with it. Yeah, I can't remember what his name was.
But yeah,
DOS Gamer showed it to me. And it was cool. It was really fucking cool.
But yeah, the program I was talking about was made by the creator of Chocolate Doom. It allows to connect to DOSBox IPX servers through native hardware, which is DOS, like a DOS machine, for example.
So an authentic machine.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
That was interesting though. I tried it one day and connected to a Quake server that Fraggle hosted on DOSBox, with that DOS machine I have. There is a catch though, but as it's actually a TSR program, you need a DOS, pure DOS machine, meaning you would need a packet driver for Ethernet and stuff like that. And without the packet driver, how you gonna communicate with your internet or network?
Right.
So, yeah.
Ooh, hey, back to N64.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Alright, never forget, I thought Quake 2 was Quake 1 for a long time.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny. So, N64 Quake is what I grew up playing. Like I was mentioning earlier, that I played more of Doom growing up until I had my own Quake. I played Doom from probably like when I was 6 years old. Like I started actually playing on my own, probably about 9 or 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, like I was like 9 or 10 years old when my mom finally bought me my own console that wasn't the PlayStation, because Quake wasn't on PlayStation. I had the PlayStation before I played any game in reality. That's another story though. Actually, no, Quake was still before that. But the PlayStation was really early too. That's too much. Okay, back to Quake. My mom bought me an N64 when I turned about 9 or 10 years old, and I didn't have any games for it, but it was like Christmas time, and my uncle decided to get me Quake, and he got me an unopened copy of Quake 64 with an additional opened copy that I could use to play. And I didn't open that thing. I played that, you know, but I didn't open that unopened one until I was, I think I was 24 when I decided to open it up, and I found this fucking cool poster in it, dude, and I've never seen a picture of it before, and I hung it up on my wall.
What the hell?
It's at my other house right now. I don't have any posters in here currently. I gotta figure something out with that, but the poster is like some weird film strip looking art with like a grenade flying through the air, like an actual grenade, like it looks like a World War II picture. And then at the bottom it has like a sketch of the grenade launcher, and it says in cursive writing, 2-player deathmatch. And then it says underneath it, DM1.
Oh.
What the
And
hell?
that was supposed to be an advertisement for their multiplayer aspect of Quake for the N64, which was only 2-player deathmatch. It was only duels on the DM maps.
With split screen and screen watching, nice.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine? So another reason why I wanted to talk about that is because I did that with my roommate yesterday.
What?
Yeah, we were just hanging out, and like he randomly was like, I want to play Mario Party, and I'm like, okay, I'm down. We start playing Mario Party, and then we play a whole game. I'm like, alright, now we gotta do one match of Quake. He was like, alright, and he just couldn't comprehend the movement with the horrible controls. You know, and we played on PS6. It was
Who
fun.
disconnected?
See what?
Who disconnected?
Baradas went to spectators.
Yeah.
Oh, no one disconnected. That's what I'm asking. I just
In the
realized
chat?
he's disconnected. He's not in the game or the voice.
He's in the game.
I'm in
No?
the voice
You see
chat.
him, he's right there. Oh, he did disconnect.
Who?
What
I had to
the
like
hell?
reopen the scoreboard, now he's gone. Great.
Where? Oh, no one born actually disconnected.
That's what we were saying, yeah.
Oh. That
You know-
confused me.
You know, let's move on to source ports. I don't know. This is probably a topic least discussed.
Sure, yeah, you're right. Like, because if you think about it, there was a time in all of our lives when that wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, nobody cared. Like, as long as it played Quake, you know. Either way, Wind Quake was the default.
I feel like source ports came about, became more popular when, you know, the more restricted operating systems came out with hardware compatibility. You know, like Windows Vista era, XP was pretty universally accepted when it came to any game, really. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can play DOS games and shit like that on XP sometimes.
Yeah, like Supernova, I think it's called. By
I got Redneck
Cyanix.
Rampage to work on my XP, like through the command prompt.
Yeah, same here. What's that game? Supernova. That's one of the other few games that runs like from the BIOS actually.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I ran Chasm the Rift on it.
Well, it's because the Windows XP is like a fork off of Windows 2000, which still used like a weird version of DOS underlaying it, you know, because 98 and 95 and Windows 3.1 and all of those they had DOS running underneath it. You know, Windows was an application that was just like an overlayer of the OS that's a GUI, you would call it, a GUI, graphical user interface, running over the actual disk operating system, which is DOS.
Yeah, the easiest way to look at it is like what Windows 3 point whatever it was. Basically,
3.1, yeah, because it wouldn't start with your computer. You actually had to start it after DOS started. And I have a copy of it over here. I want to grab it too. I think I'm going to grab it, even though no one's watching.
And it was essentially the let's call it user interface for DOS.
Dude, I can walk over to my shelf of big boxes from my PC with the headset on.
I saw the picture of your setup.
Let's take a look at my Windows 3.1 box. See what's inside of it.
Yeah, I've seen that box before on your pictures.
This is one I haven't really messed with much.
Like,
I've opened it a couple times and I've installed it on my actual DOS PC, but there's a lot of documentation inside this thing that I haven't really shown off before.
One of my neighbors gave me like this CD thing. Like that was a while ago when they found out like, oh, you repair computers, you might use these. And it was basically Windows 95 and 98 stuff, dude, and I regret throwing it away. Like cleaning that up.
Anything away that I inherited. I kept all of it. So this is the
like,
box for anyone who's watching the stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's gonna be on
Microsoft
Revan's stream.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream right now. That's crazy. I wish I had that myself too.
It's really cool, man, and it's in great condition. And dude, the back has like super nostalgic looking screenshots with like a mouse, like in the back, you know, in front of the Windows pictures, and it's just like, here's Windows, everything at your fingertips.
Yep.
Let's take a look
Big
at what's
box.
inside the box. So it comes in this like weird cardboard flap kind of thing. Right, this is inside of the box that keeps the box like a box and not just flat. And then it opens up like this, which is fucking weird. It's a skeleton, you could say. Most of them don't open as freely as this, though. They're like inserts that just you open up like another box. And it has the documentation in here, and for some reason the floppy disks are not in the box. I think I have my floppies actually outside of the box in a floppy case. Keeps them safer than just rattling around inside of the box.
Oh.
I think I have that over there too. But here we have the Microsoft Windows version 3.1 hardware compatibility list and driver library. So this was literally a list of all the drivers that came on one of the disks, you know, because it's a floppy edition, so it had a driver disk that was just dedicated to installing plug-and-play stuff, anything that Microsoft was compatible with, and it's literally just pages of hardware names.
It's insane, dude.
Dude, look at all. It doesn't change. It's just... How many pages are in here? There's 10 pages, like this, of just hardware names for anything you can think of. Sound card, mice, keyboards, monitors, speakers, plug-and-play devices. You know.
How long was a cute mouse still being used after DOS?
I'm glad you asked.
That's
I
I know it's a weird question.
I didn't discover Cute Mouse until I was like 25. Like a cup. No, sorry, 24. I was 3 years ago when I was actually regularly using my DOS computer, because what I use Cute Mouse for is to edit the sensitivity of the Y-axis of the mouse so that when I'm playing Doom or anything like that, I don't move forward when I move my mouse forward, you know what I mean? Like, I turn the sensitivity for that down to 0 in general for the computer, and I don't use a mouse in DOS. I only use it in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, like, Doom, the old one, you moved with your mouse. Instead of looking with it, you moved with it.
Let's see, I got a drink cam. I got some people watching now. We should get a box cam since we're doing box hype.
Box cam.
Take a look.
There's like a little cacao demon right there.
That's a
Is it
cackle.
Cacao or
Yeah.
cacao?
Cackle.
Cacao's a chocolate, right?
What, the Caco demons?
No, the pronunciation.
Dude, I said fucking Keiko for the longest time, and then I got
Keiko
made fun
demon.
of by all my friends. Apparently it's Caco.
Yeah.
It's Latin. It has like some Latin influences.
Caca demon is how you would...
Caca demon?
Caco.
Cackle.
Caco
Caco demon. What's up, DJ? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing? We're looking at my big boxes tonight and talking about nostalgia and playing Quake 4 when we feel like it, because there's like 2 people here, and the homie wanted to do a podcast, so he got me going because it's Friday. We were looking at our big box here, Windows 3.1, and what the fuck is this? I don't even know. Oh, this is the Microsoft registration card. Want the address of the most important person at Microsoft? So do we. Wow, look at that dry humor. You're on our most important. You are our most important partner, and when you send us your address, we'll back you with 90-day money-back guarantee, Microsoft newsletter, priority notifications, specialty Microsoft pricing products, access to Microsoft Wish Line. What the fuck do you think that was?
Wish line. I guess for features, dude.
Have an idea, comment, or tip? Oh, dude, it's the forums.
The BBS?
It's the forums. Oh my god.
Were they called forums or like, or are they
Forums.
Or,
They're
forums?
threads, blogs.
Or was it a BBS systems where you dial into like some phone number and
Probably.
Possibly,
Something
yeah.
like that. I'm trying to get my box cam looking good. There we go. That looks good. No, it doesn't. What the fuck?
there is no box cam, only Zool.
Zool? Only Zool. You heard him, folks. Yeah, this is like the Microsoft registration card. It had these stupid flashy things on there. And oh, get your free issue today inside Microsoft Windows. Free Windows tips. Look at this fucking... What is this? Just another thing to fucking register to? That's like a third-party, like, user fucking guide to how to use Windows. It's not even from Microsoft. It's the Cobb Group. P.O. Box 35100, Louisville, Kentucky.
Not in Nebraska.
Dude, we should mail this in, see what happens.
Dude, I did that with one of my old magazines I found. Wondering if it still worked, and the fucking I never got a reply back.
Really?
Yeah, like
I think one time... Oh no, I saw this episode of Angry Video Game Nerd where it was like a Roger Rabbit game, and they had a hotline in the game that you could call that was supposed to be Jessica Rabbit's cell phone,
what the
right? For like a game, and he called it and it was a sex line.
Oh shit, dude! What the hell?
Oh no, I hit my box.
I wonder
I
if
can't
like
play like...
I wonder if like
hyping
somebody
up
became
box.
aware, like oh hey look, like they're gonna lose the what do you call it, the
We need to get you on that Doom Demon Girl mod, LOL.
humble
Oh,
chat
fucking
users.
DJ's talking about H-Doom, dude. Fuck that.
Oh, hell no.
Where there's like
That's
a
just
fucking
ridiculous.
thick ass cyber demon, dude.
Damn.
It's a little too much. I'd rather just jack off. Basically just a really shitty porn.
Oh my god.
I mean, let's be honest. You sit there and you kill a demon and you watch like a 10-15 second animation of the Doom guy fucking demon. Like, I'm good. I don't need that.
And then-
anyway, back to Windows nerdy shit. It's funny, yeah. I watched like a couple minutes of a video of it somewhere. I don't think it was YouTube. 'Cause I don't think that would be on YouTube. I don't know where it was. I'm not gonna get into details.
just
User's
Google.
guide to User's guide to HDoom. Microsoft Windows. It doesn't even say it doesn't say the version anywhere on here, or like the front of the cover it does in a super small print. So it's like, here's Windows, you know, it's but it's 3.1. So little do you know it's gonna update itself, and you're gonna have to buy a new box after the next update instead of just automatically download. But look at this fucking thing, dude. This is like a paperback fucking book. Like, it is thick as fuck. There's tons of pages in here. It's ridiculous. It's just teaching you how to use the graphical user interface. Drag and drop. Print a fucking page. New file manager. Additional features and enhancements. New multimedia features. The media player. This is probably like the first version of Windows Media Player. The description says you can use Media Player to control the playings of media files on hardware such as sound cards.
Wow.
CD-ROM drives and video disc players. Media Player can play animation, sound, and MIDI sequencer files. What the fuck is that?
MIDI, dude. You don't know what MIDI is?
Midis?
How did that not register in my head?
MIDI.
I just read it out loud. It's a MIDI.
Yeah, MIDI music.
MIDI sequencer
Okay, nerd. MIDI.
That did not register when I looked at it. Okay, so the Media Player plays MIDIs and any other music files from your CD-ROM device.
Or
Oh, don't forget
Sound
it. See Chapter 9 for accessories and Media Player Online help. Dude, Media Player Online. You look at the fucking online catalog, man. It's better than Spotify.
Better than Spot.
Sound recorder. Enhancements to control panel. Wow, they had a control panel. That's right. That thing was fucking cryptic, man. I remember trying to install this. I did install it, and I got it working. I got the sound working, but not any like drivers for my graphics card that was in there. It's just really fucky. Like, you have to find the right driver that's on the fucking Windows disk, or else you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to find a download for a 3.1 fucking Windows driver to your ancient third-party 3D fucking card. You know, the graphics card. That shit was so fucking ridiculous. It took me so long, and it sucks because I can't talk. My DOS PC, it's over there somewhere. But it's fully functional. I got it set up to be like really playable. I have a mouse, serial port for that, and I think I have a no modem like a serial port for that if I wanted to do fucking LAN. But the CMOS battery died.
Oh, sad.
And it's not a CMOS battery that you can replace either.
Damn,
Because
dude.
it is something that my roommate actually said he might be able to fix if he worked on it, but he would have to solder some fucking shit into the thing and like basically make a new battery. But the issue with that is normally, you know, your CMOS battery dies. Oh no, my computer doesn't keep the time anymore. In this case, it doesn't keep any of your BIOS settings at all. And there's one like fatal issue with the BIOS settings for this specific fucking motherboard for DOS is the power settings. So by default, the hard drive will go to standby after 5 minutes. Right?
Oh, damn.
That's
So imagine that you're in a game that only uses the hard drive in a loading scene. If your hard drive goes to sleep, the game's gonna freeze either way, you know what I mean? So I'm not using the hard drive while I'm playing Doom in the middle of the level, and it literally just freezes. And then I like hit a button for input, and it spins back up, and it takes like a second for the hard drive to start going. And then you can play for a second, then it freezes. So it's literally made everything unplayable, and my heart is broken and devastated.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
that is the
sad.
thing with retro hardware. Especially the ones with fixed parts.
It's
Hey,
cool though. I have my 98 over here, which running it in DOS mode or just not running 98 from the command prompt is super functional because I have like a plug and play Sound Blaster 16 with a Voodoo 3 card in it, and it's really good for DOS games. So I'm thankful to still have that. And the CMOS battery is not dead. Amazing.
hey, do you happen to have 486 computers?
No, actually, I don't. I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh. Only
Yeah, because I
Pentium?
don't think my DOS one is a 46.
Uh,
I think it's something else, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I would know if I had. So, you know, my most impressive piece of hardware, unfortunately, is not in my possession at the moment. It's at my other house, and it's an Amiga.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
Those things are rare.
I got an Amiga. I don't remember what one it is, 5000 or whatever the fuck, but I definitely plan to show that off someday. But anyway, those of you who are watching, that was my Windows 3.1 box, and we're gonna put this beautiful beast back together. And I think I'm gonna go grab the discs and just look at them for a second too,
Nice.
because I have them in like a safe floppy disk holder. I have two of them actually, so I might as well just pull both of those out, and we can look at my floppy collection.
Is that to preserve them? Because I think.
Yeah, it's a plastic case that just you know, it's like a CD case
It
that
keeps
holds a
the
bunch of
elements out.
CDs. Yeah, and there's no dust, and in this box they would rattle around. And the reason that I stopped keeping the floppies in boxes like this was because when I was younger, I here, let me get it while I'm talking about it. I bought this Doom 2 box. It was one of the first boxes I ever bought online. Oh god, that's gonna be annoying to fucking. I have my boxes like all flush with my cabinet, so it's all perfect, but I'm messing it up by pulling them out. Here it is. This is Doom 2, Hell on Earth, 3.5 floppy edition. So this kind of led me to my fear of floppies, which is funny because I have my floppies in this fucking box. But the reason because these ones broke.
Oh, damn.
And when I say broke, I don't know how to explain it or justify what it exactly is. But the main thing is these, every single one of them. There's fucking 5 of them, dude. And one day I was installing it on a system that I just formatted and put together, and the disk just stopped working. It stopped spinning, the file was corrupted. Nothing I could do about it. Tried it on several different machines. It started with the first disk, like the launch disk, and then I actually backed that up and tried to, you know, copy it onto a newer floppy disk, but that didn't work. That actually got corrupted after a while too. I don't know what happened. For some reason, I feel like it's because they're in this box rattling around. So I started putting them in cases, and those ones haven't broke on me yet. I have a unopened copy of MS-DOS 6 somewhere over there too.
Yeah.
How
floppies
compatible
are
is
great.
FreeDOS with using retro DOS hardware?
So I don't know what FreeDOS is, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you.
I
Here are
haven't
my
used that.
5, count them, 5 Quake, Doom 2 discs. 5 of them. When I actually installed this, it took like 20 minutes.
Wow.
You would sit there, and each disc would take, you know, an amount of time, and then you'd have to unplug it and put a new one in. Oh man, I still love this box though. It's in so good condition compared to some of my other ones. It's ridiculous. It's still shiny. Nothing's ripped or torn. And we have some of the original documentation. It also has the cardboard skeleton. But it's the typical one where it just outlines the box, so there would be no reason to ever take it out. Windows 1 kind of forces you to just take it out.
I have Doom 2 in big box, by the way. It's in CD though.
See, I don't think no, I did. I had a CD edition, but I gave it to a person that used to be my friend in high school that's no longer my friend, so I don't have access to looking at it anymore. I gave him a couple big boxes, actually, because back then I had this really weird obsession with not owning multiple copies of the same game, and it deeply disturbed me, so I gave them away. And nowadays I want as many copies of every game that I could possibly get, because physical games are dying. Why do you think we collect these things? You know, like I got two big box copies of the original Quake now, all complete with the full documentation, CD and shit. My second one cost me $70, and I was really hurting from that. The first one I got was only like $30. Most of my big boxes when I bought them, including this Doom 2 one here, were only like maybe $30, $35, $40 tops. You know, nowadays you try to get these boxes, they're like 70, or some idiots have them up for like thousands of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating. Thousands.
Yep.
The only
so stupid.
Like, the only reason I would want the CD copies is to have like the original music format. Because right now, like,
for Doom or Quake?
The Quakes.
Okay, I was gonna say Doom has it in the MIDI, but
yeah. Because like all the uploads I find are in MP3 or OGG.
Yeah. Well, you kind of need the OGG files to run them through the game. But if you want the actual soundtrack, I think you can buy it somewhere. I know that Aubrey Hodges has a SoundCloud, so you can get his music, but I don't know about the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the one I'm after, because I got the MIDI for
I could help
the
you
Aubrey
out with
Hodges.
Because I ripped that to my library. Oh no. Oh fuck, I totally forgot. I got so excited when I got home because it was Friday. I forgot that I lost my external hard drive, dude. I don't know where it is.
Oh, that's scary, dude.
Within the and that thing has gigabytes of music, pictures, files, memories, videos, games, backups, drivers, OSs. Oh my god, I gotta find that.
I know exactly how that feels. My first external hard drive, dude. Like, I used to like take it with me everywhere, dude. Like,
yeah, it goes pretty much everywhere I do, and I just don't know where I placed it. It's got to be somewhere in here, somewhere in these boxes. I had it in my backpack, and then like I unloaded my backpack somewhere, and I don't remember if it was here in my other house. I found one of my flash drives that has like my old coding backup shit on it, which usually this never leaves the side of my external hard drive, but the external hard drive is nowhere in sight.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me show off the rest of this Doom 2 box, because there's only a couple things I have in here with the documentation. And then I'm going to have to take a bathroom break, and you guys can continue chatting about whatever you got going on.
Sure.
But we have the instruction
actually, it's
manual.
already like 11:30, so I'm probably going to be...
We got to get off?
Yeah.
Are you going to head off right now, or...?
Yeah, I guess, because I'm already like past my scheduled bedtime.
Man, you're gonna miss out on the addendum. How do you addendum?
Addendum?
Is that how you say it?
Addendum.
Addendum. I got the Doom 2 Hell on Earth addendum and the troubleshooting addendum. These things are great. I also have the instruction manual, which is actually fully colored. This has the story. Oh my! I don't think I've ever read. No, I've totally read this. It talks about the Doom Marine.
Since we're showing off our stuff, well, I can probably do the honors myself too.
Hey, why not? I'm gonna go to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Cannibal's shutting his stream down. Thanks for doing the podcast. I kind of like these things. If you couldn't tell, I have a lot of shit to say about stuff. So
yeah, I should chat more often too.
For real, dude. Like, yeah, we should like.
Yeah.
This,
yeah, we got a lot of experience of nostalgia here to talk about. I'm not done for the night to my viewers, so I just need to go to the bathroom. We'll look at maybe a box or two, but yeah, we'll be right back.
Alright.
All right, peace.